Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Today, I would like to present the mysterious tale of Jagannatha Swamy, because just a few days ago was Jyeshtha Purnima, when Jagannatha Swamy had his divine bath. But have you ever wondered what are these mysterious idols? They are imperfect, yet they carry a lot of essence. What is the story behind this Jagannatha Swamy? Let us go back. This tale dates back to the era of Mahabharata. After the war of Kurukshetra, Gandhari felt very bad. She had inconsolable grief of losing all her sons. So she was very angry with Lord Krishna. She said, why couldn't Krishna save all these people from death? He could have done that. She had this feeling and she cursed Krishna and his entire Yadava Kula. She said, after 36 years, all these Yadavas will fight among themselves and diminish. And Krishna too will have to face this curse. Then, after 36 years, when Krishna was residing in a Udyanavana or a garden, one hunter, mistaking his foot as a deer, had shot an arrow and it went and struck Krishna's divine feet. And the hunter, when he realized that he had done this to Krishna, he came and started crying that, how could I do this? Then Krishna consoled the hunter, Zara, it's not your mistake, you are Vali of the Treta Yuga. I had to kill you standing behind the trees. The same karma, today you had to shoot an arrow from behind the trees. So please do not worry. This is the end of my incarnation. Then Zara felt very, very bad, went back to Arjuna and said, and told him about the sad news. Arjuna didn't know what to do because Krishna was his friend, guide, and philosopher. Losing Krishna was a great loss to the great warrior Arjuna. Then Arjuna went to Krishna's, the divine physical self. He took Krishna and did all the rituals which we do after the demise. But in spite of doing everything, the divine heart of Krishna was in blue color, could not be cremated. It was live. And Arjuna was astonished. What should I do with this blue colored heart? I don't know what to do. It seems like a remnant of Krishna forever. Then he took that blue colored heart, put it on a log of wood and just let it sail in the water. And this log, carrying this blue colored heart, went and reached the shores of Orissa. And there was a tribal community, and in that tribal community, there was one person called Visvavasu. He was the head of the tribal community. And the tribal community saw this mysterious blue colored heart, and they thought it has some divine power and we should worship it. And this tribal head Visvavasu took it into a cave and started worshipping. And he called it Nila Madhava. The blue heart was worshipped as Nila Madhava. So this was happening in the tribal community. And during the same time, there was one king of a kingdom called Avanti, and his name is Indradyumna. And Indradyumna was a great devotee of Vishnu. He always wanted to see Vishnu. He had that burning desire to see Vishnu. Feel the presence of Vishnu. So one day, one one sage came to his court and told him, you know, there exists Krishna, and you know where he is. He is being worshipped by a tribal community in a particular place. Then Indradyumna was really, astonished and kind of wondered, and he had sleepless nights. Like, how will I see this Krishna? He is existing somewhere, and I'm unable to reach this Krishna. How do I do this? Then he called upon one of his priests, and his name was Vidyapit. And Vidyapit, he summoned Vidyapit and told him, why don't you go to this place where Nila Madhava is worshipped by a tribal community? Then Vidyapit said, okay, it seems like a good idea. I will try. Then, then to see Nila Madhava, Vidyapit goes into the tribal community and you know that the head of the tribal community, as we have already discussed, is Viswavasu. So he approaches Viswavasu and says, can you please give me an opportunity to see or have a darshan of Nila Madhava? Then he said, no, I cannot do this. I cannot give this permission to you. So he waits, but he never approves of his desire. Then ultimately, this Vidyapit, he plans to marry his daughter, Vishwavasu's daughter, and he gets married to Vishwavasu's daughter. And then, when he becomes the son-in-law of Vishwavasu, he asks his wife Lalita. Her name is Lalita. Lalita, can you get a permission from your father so that I can also have a darshan of Nila Madhava? Then Lalita approaches her father and tells, like, my husband wants to see Nila Madhava. Can you please permit him? Then Viswavasu thinks, gives a thought over it, and says, okay, I will permit him, but he should come there blindfolded. I do not want to show the way to Nila Madhava to anybody else. So, okay, he agrees. Vidyapit agrees to this condition. Then what he does, he's blindfolded, but he wants to remember the way, because he took an assignment from King Indradyumna that he would anyway one day take him to Nila Madhava. So he carries mustard seeds along with him, and along the way he keeps pouring the mustard seeds. And he enters the cave, gets a beautiful darshan of Nila Madhava, comes back, and after a few days, he waits for those mustard seeds to become shrubs so that he can identify the path to that cave where Nila Madhava is consecrated. Oh, then he goes back to the king Indradyumna and tells about the whole thing. Then Indradyumna and Vidyapit secretly they wanted to see Nila Madhava, so they come there. But they get to know the whole path, and this king Indradyumna enters the cave, but no Nila Madhava could be seen there. Nila Madhava had left the place. By the time Indradyumna entered the cave with Vidyapit, he left the cave. Then Indradyumna could not understand why he could not see Nila Madhava, or why he could not get the darshan of Nila Madhava. And he goes back to his kingdom. One day in his dream, Krishna appears and says, Indradyumna, you wanted to see me. Okay, you can do one thing. I will appear with Shankha and Chakra on a log, and you will find that log on the shores of Puri, and you have to identify that log, and out of that log you have to make 3 statues. Those 3 statues of Krishna, Balarama and Subhadra, or Krishna, Balabhadra and Subhadra. Okay, Indradyumna thought, okay, Vishnu still has some mercy on me, so he has given me an opportunity. Then he lets some of the people, okay, you should carry that log to the shore, but none of them could bring that log until and unless they summoned Vishwavasu. The tribal community head had to be called. Only when he came, they could carry the log to the shore. When they carried the log to the shore, He summoned various carpenters to make those idols or statues. Nobody could do. They said, no, we cannot, we can't, we are not getting any idea of doing, how to do, what to do. Sorry, we are unable to do. Again, Indradyumna felt into despair. He again had a dream of Krishna. Then Krishna told, okay, now you do one thing. You pray to Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is the architect of the Devas, the Vastu Shilpi and architect of Devas. He will be able to design my statue. Why don't you pray to him? Okay, he tries that too. Then he prays very sincerely to Vishwakarma. Okay, then one fine morning, when one person in the form of a very old carpenter, he look very old looking carpenter, comes there, and Vishwakarma, he says, okay, give me a chance. I will try to sculpt, I will try to make 3 statues out of this log, but nobody should disturb me for 21 days. For 21 days, I'll go inside the room and no one should knock the door until I finish my job. So Vishwakarma does it with extreme devotion. And from outside, they could just hear the noise of the chisels or the hammers while sculpting whatever they use, for sculpture. Only that they could hear. But after a few days, they don't hear anything. No noise comes out of that room. Then suddenly, Indradyumna's wife Gundicha says, "This has been a long time that we haven't heard any noise from the room. There is a possibility that because he's a very old man and is not been taking water or food, he must have left his body. This could be a sin for us if we do not or try to open the door. We have to do something." Then they opened the door before that 21 days. So because they opened the door before 21 days, the statues were incompletely done by Vishwakarma, and they could not see that old carpenter in that room. He already left. So that is the reason why the statues of Balabhadra, Krishna Paramatma and Subhadra remain unfinished, but they carry some kind of mystic divinity in them. So this is the story of Jagannatha, Balabhadra and Subhadra. So what do we understand from the story? We understand that Krishna does not like shortcuts to reach him. He does not appreciate cheating. He wants us to realize him in our own path, not by any shortcuts. Send someone, get to know the place. Okay, I will try to reach in a shortcut and then I'll go and see Nila Madhava. No, he didn't approve of it. And Vishwakarma told him 21 days. They should, okay, he told 21 days. They're supposed to wait for 21 days with the trust that he is Vishwakarma, because they call Vishwakarma, it is Vishwakarma. Trust, keep that trust. They lost. They started having doubts and they opened the door prematurely. The reason, the statues were left incomplete. In spite of all this, it carries a great truth and great divine intervention. That is why it's still Jagannatha Swamy or Balabhadra and Subhadra, the trio divinities, still carry a great importance in Sanatana Dharma's culture. So why Jagannatha Yatra happens and gods come towards the people. You don't have to go one person. It is like, the gods coming to people. They come to people. It's not like every time we have in temples, we have an idol kept in the Garbhagruha and another idol for, what do you say? See, usually in temples, we have Utsav Vigrahas that are different from the main idols that are kept in the Garbhagriha. But in this case, Jagannatha Swamy along with Subhadra and Balabhadra, they come out in real to visit all people without any discrimination. They come towards all kinds of people. There is no discrimination of rich, poor or any class or community. And that's why that Ratha Yatra has special significance. And the story also gives us, the story or the Purana gives us a great insight into what Krishna really wants from his disciples. We'll come up with another interesting tale in the next episode. Thanks for watching.